Hey boys, so I've had 6 videos worth of Dark and Darker footage, but my OBS is completely chopped, all the settings reset. So yeah, there goes all that. But instead of editing that, I'm gonna edit this video, which will probably have like hardly any edits, just like my other videos. But yeah, Dark Souls 3 boss tier list, baby. I'll probably do Dark Souls 2 and Sekiro, even though I haven't completely beaten them. And then when I do finish both of them, I'm gonna make an update on it. But yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm gonna do after this. I'll do Dark Souls 2. But anyway, Ancient Wyvern. So Ancient Wyvern, probably one of the worst bosses I think in all of the games. It's not even a boss really, because you're just running past 50 million enemies, and it's stupid. Not a good fight. I usually forget about this boss as a boss. I just think of him as like some goober, you know. But yeah, Scuffed, probably my least favorite boss out of all of these, which is crazy because Dark Souls 3 is filled with just bangers. Champion Gravetender, I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about this one, but personally I would put him probably at a C. I thought he was kind of fun, but I mean whatever, might be a hot take, I don't know, pretty fun duo. Champion Gundyr, so this is the second version of Gundyr, I think. So fun, actually felt really fast pace, and it was tough and challenging. I put him at A. Just really freaking cool. Usually I hate bosses that come back and it's like the same freaking boss. Dark Souls 1 had that problem with the Asylum demons. In Dark Souls 2, when the gargoyles came back, I mean, I didn't really mind that a whole lot, but Gundyr, goated. That was really cool. Crystal Sage. I mean, like, that's like a D tier. I'm gonna put Gravetender at B tier, so that way we have a good distance between them. Crystal Sage, yeah, I mean, not that good of a boss, pretty meh. The music is awesome. I do like how you get to kill the blue Crystal Sage later in the game, and they're like siblings or something. I can't remember, but yeah, I think that's really cool. Deacons of the Deep. A lot of people meme about this fight, but the music is cool, the atmosphere is cool, and I think it's fun just slapping a sea of meat, I call it. I think that's kind of fun. I put him at C. Dragon Slayer armor. Honestly, a lot of people love this boss. I think he's pretty easy. I put him at B. The music is good. The fight really, it feels really epic. Especially with the floating butterflies, but they're like undead versions from Dark Souls 1. I think those are really cool. Put him at B, yeah. Oh, also his armor is just freaking, probably one of the best armor sets. In terms of like looking armor sets, looks really freaking cool. Sister Frieda, or is it Freed? I think I don't know. I'll probably botched that so hard. But anyway, this fight, S tier, one of the best fights I think ever. So challenging, and it's just freaking cool. Like the scythe especially, that scythe, freaking awesome. Peak fight, one of the best fights I think in all the games. I think it was 3 phases, right? Freaking nuts. Anyway, the first Gundyr, Edix Gundyr, I think is how you say it. So I think for a first boss, actually pretty good. Probably one of my favorite first bosses experiences in all the games. I put him at B. Music, I mean, to me, like Gundyr's music is like Dark Souls 3, like pinnacle of Dark Souls 3. I love it. Aldrich. So when I first played this game, this was like the first Souls game I ever played. I didn't know anything. I didn't know about builds and crap, so my I put all of my points into like the most random things ever, so my build was trash. And I was struggling with this boss so much. So I mean, kind of a nostalgic boss, which is kind of sad because I mean it's Aldrich, but yeah. The music's really cool because it's like a corrupted version of the Moonlight Butterfly and Gwendolyn from Dark Souls 1. I think that's freaking awesome. I think the fight isn't that good. I do like how Aldrich does have the blade from Nito. Freaking cool. I'm putting it at C. Just not my kind of fight, you know? It's fine. Probably B. Let's put him B. Osiris, I think is how you say it. Osiris, very easy boss fight. I always first try this guy every run. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of creepy in terms of eating a baby dragon or something like that. Yeah, put him at C. He's kind of just meh. I always forget about him. Twin Princes. Damn. A or S? I'm gonna put him at a really high A. I just don't care about the fight as much as a lot of people. But the music freaking slaps. It's a really cool idea for a boss fight, and I think it's really well done. I think it's just a really good fight. I just wouldn't put it at S. It's not S for me. Yorm. Lore is freaking awesome. The sword is kind of annoying. I don't like the fact that we have to use a different weapon to kill him. But in terms of like the lore, I think it's kind of cool. And we get a fight with Onion Knight, so damn. Yeah, I'm gonna put him at a B, probably. I mean, it's just not that good of a fight because of that freaking sword. Not fun. Dancer. A lot of people really like Dancer. I think Dancer's like an A. Probably like in between here. Music awesome. I'm not a big fan of the boss room. The boss room's kind of annoying with all the pillars, but it does help with the boss fight. So I guess use it to your advantage. The lore and connections to Pontiff and Vort, freaking cool. Love that. I do love seeing Dancer come back into Night Rain. That was really cool. But yeah, just like a A tier, solid fight. Pretty challenging first time I was playing the game, first few times. And then every time after that, it's been like really easy. Demon Prince. So no one talks about Demon Prince enough. I think Demon Prince is actually really cool. Not an S, but definitely an A for me. Like, I don't know if that's a hot take. I don't know what people's opinions really are about Demon Prince, but I think they're really freaking cool. Yeah. Very good boss. I keep him at A. Greatwood. Damn. Oof. I don't know. Scuffed is kind of what I'd put him at. Because, like, the boss fight kind of just freaking sucks. You're just hitting his nutsacks all over him. And he's just fat. He's a big fatty boy. I mean, Radon is the best way to do, like, a big boss. My bad. Damn. Alright. But, like, Radon's such a good example of, like, a big boss fight. But, like, Cursed Rotted Greatwood is the worst example of a big boss fight. So I put him at, like, Scuffed. Because, like, when you're fighting that boss, it feels scuffed. Just like the Ancient Wyvern. Just feels scuffed. Don't like it. Half-Light's forgettable to me as well. It wasn't a bad fight per se, but it wasn't really good. And, I mean, by me saying that I don't really remember this fight, that just says it enough. So I put him at like a D. Just not that good of a fight, honestly. I don't really remember a lot of it too, so I'll just put him at D, whatever. Dark Eater Midir. A lot of people like Midir. But the katana's the best part about Midir, is getting that weapon, that anime weeb weapon, absolute weeboo. The fight, it was really tough, and I feel like that's kind of what makes Midir, is he's tough. So I put him at like a low A. I just think he's kind of scuffed at times. And then we got Pontiff, S tier fight, lore freaking cool. He's just Darth Revan, but in Dark Souls. In terms of like the way he looks, the music, awesome. Yeah, I just think he's a good S tier fight. Wolnir, I think that's how you say it. Wolnir. A lot of people don't like this fight. I actually really like him. He's kind of cool looking. I do like how they used his model in Elden Ring. That was cool. I don't think B is a good spot. I think C, just because he's pretty easy. But yeah, like everything else is cool, but the fight's just kind of super easy. Abyss Watchers for me is S tier, because to me, when I first started playing, it's the most nostalgic fight, because like the music, freaking cool, the lore. Like the first time I started getting into Dark Souls was when I was learning the lore, and I started with the Abyss Watchers because they look so freaking cool. So I would say, yeah, lore, music, they look cool. It's one of those fights where I wish it was longer, just because it was so fun. But yeah, I feel like the only problem I have with them, where I would put them at possibly like right here, I think is fair, is because it wasn't long enough. It was just such a cool fight. And then we have Vort. Vort, the beautiful meme, you know, he's just a meme. He's not hard, he is fat, and his music is probably one of the most weirdest, because it's like, it doesn't have really anything with it except for loud. It's just loud music, and that perfectly describes Vort, as he's just loud, fat, and big fat. Yep. So I'm putting him at C. Maybe a high C. Yeah, that's probably where I'd put him. Nameless King. So Nameless King, I was replaying him again. The first phase with his Storm King of the Storm, was it? Storm King, something like that. Anyway, that bird dragon sucks. The hitbox, horrible. Right, not really the hitbox, but like the camera. Yeah, the camera is bad. The second phase with just Nameless King, really good. I thought it was really fun. I put him at like a hot take, but like a high A, but like it's just not as good as I remember him being. That's just kind of how it is, man. I'm sorry to all those Nameless King lovers, but he's just not as good as I remember. I used to put him at like freaking S. The music also, but the Plin Plin Plon, beautiful. That's really good. Soul of Cinder. So Soul of Cinder, S tier for sure. I mean, that's an obvious. So I thought, coming into this game, I thought he would be my favorite fight. And until we get to Gale, of course, which I'll get to, but I thought he'd be my favorite. And I was like, man, Gale's gonna be like not even close to Soul of Cinder. There's no way, because like Soul of Cinder's peak. But yeah, I mean, we'll get to Gale. Old Demon King. Boring. Well, not boring, but like, he just doesn't feel the same as a lot of these bosses up here. He's just really forgettable, personally. I do like the demons. Like, I'm glad they brought the demons back into the game. So I put him at like probably a B. I feel like but like a C. I put him at C. I'm keeping him at like a high C. Might be a hot take as well. Slave Knight Gale, favorite boss. This fight was so good, and like it lived up higher than my expectations. I was so right for going into this game and being like, this fight's not going to be as good as Soul Cinder. Because, man, that made it feel so much better fighting him. It felt so good. It was just epic. You could replace his boss theme with any other song, and it's gonna be even more epic, or just as epic. It's so good. Peak. Just peak. I'm so glad that was the final boss. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty much it for this boss tier list. I'll be doing Dark Souls 2 next. So, yeah, anyway, see ya.